Well, good morning, everybody. Let me see. It's almost 11 o'clock on the northeast coast, or on the east coast of the United States. So, how's everybody doing? I did post a little information that I was going live. So, it's Friday. This weekend is supposed to snow. It's not bad out. It's a little windy. This New England weather is crazy, crazy, crazy. So, a lot of cars driving by. So, Christmas is coming up. Isn't that next week? Wow. Christmas is coming up. Here's the ocean, nice and calm today. Nice and calm. Before the snow starts. Not too bad, though. Not too bad. Weather-wise, that is. At least the sun's out. But look at the trees. They're all bare. Lumber. Some of them are green there. I don't know if they're evergreens. Pine trees. So you can now add up to 3 guests. Oh, now I can have 3 guests on my broadcast. I know that. So yeah, I know a lot of people don't know that I'm going live, but that's okay. I don't want the others to know. I'm talking specifically Black Lives Matter, also the Swampscott Police, and the Board of Selectmen of Swampscott. So that's why I don't like to post too far ahead of what I'm going to do, even though I have friends only. It somehow gets out, probably when people share, I'm guessing. I don't know. But it does get out there. It's okay. It's okay. It's not as bad as if it was public. And quite frankly, I hope they do see this. I hope they do see the videos. I do. I hope that the Swampscott Police sees it. I hope that the Board of Selectmen sees it. I hope Heidi and company sees it as well. I think, as I've said before, there is definitely a link between Black Lives Matter or Heidi and company, because they don't really like to refer to themselves as Black Lives Matter. They say they are not associated with Black Lives Matter, but, well, they might not be associated with them organizationally, but they do support that group, even though it's going down the tubes. They still support them. I don't know how long. I think Black Lives Matter is definitely losing its appeal. They have gone just a little too far with it. When it all started with George Floyd, and I believe that they're now up for murder charges. I don't know if there's some found guilty and stuff like that. I just think that just kind of stops the police from doing what they need to do to stop criminals, because this guy had a record. So, and in the area as well. So, if they want to defund the police, like a lot of people do around here, especially the liberals, the far left, if that's what they want to do, then I think you should have your own gun and your own cameras to detect if anything funny is going around your house. And if you want to make the police force smaller, I don't totally agree with making the police force smaller like in the city, but Swampscott, I'm not so sure why we need a police force. So I think it can be cut back. We do have a sheriff, constable, whatever. I'm sure that they can take care of the things that go on in Swampscott. I prefer that Swampscott does not have a police or cut it back because I do not believe that they serve that town. I believe they are political. I think Joe Cable, who is the captain, is definitely leans over to the left. He took a knee to Black Lives Matter. So I do not see the point of having a police force that is political. That is dangerous to me. That is a state police. That's what I call a state police. Somebody called it Gestapo. Yes, that's exactly what it seems like to me. So I assume in Swampscott to cut it back or to get rid of it. I am not interested in paying taxes in a town where they give a safe haven to Heidi and Company. So I drove by yesterday down at the monument, and those jokers were there. There might have been a handful, 5 maybe. Maybe I saw 5. One of them had a Black Lives Matter flag. There was a police van there watching them from not too far away. And as I drove by Baker's house, there were 4 state troopers that were outside, and they were talking to, hi David, they were talking to somebody, I don't know who he was. He was in plain clothes. I have seen him before. He was there when January 2nd, when Diana and me and 2 other women were right in front of Baker's house. He was there, the gentleman that I saw yesterday. And to me, seemed to be very arrogant. Very arrogant and rude, in my opinion. So I think Swampscott has created for Heidi and Company a place where they can go down and they can just do whatever they want. However, I did notice that they cannot put signs on the lawn, which they did not have. They have to carry the flags, which they did, and one person did. One person had a flag. I didn't see anything else. They did not have a megaphone. They did not have the amplifier. They did not have the pots and pans and spoons that they sometimes have to make a lot of noise. It was very quiet. I don't know who was down there. I assume Heidi was down there. I don't know if Shimmy was there. I don't know if Michael Picard was there. I don't know. Because I was at a distance. I don't even know if they saw me because I wasn't that close. But I did see them. So they are still going down there on Thursdays from 10 to 12. So it seems like to me that with our group, they're trying to shut us down. So our group does not feel comfortable going down to Swampscott and the monument. They're I don't know, whatever. They're afraid, whatever the case may be. they have put some kind of fear on us, on our group, that makes them feel uncomfortable going down there. I believe, I hope, that Heidi and company feels just as uncomfortable. I really hope that they do. I know that Heidi and Michael Picard got charged by the state troopers back on November 11th on Veterans Day when we were down here and around there. And it was a Thursday. Thursday was Veterans Day, November 11th. And we were here for about an hour or so when Heidi and Michael Picard came walking down here because they saw us. So we were hoping to avoid them, but they decided to come down, and that's when Heidi and Michael Picard got charged by the state police for using a megaphone. Heidi using a megaphone. I believe Picard did too. Picard got disorderly conduct and something else. Oh, protesting without a permit. So Picard got charged with 3 counts, and Heidi got charged with 2. Heidi and Picard both appealed those charges. I believe they stuck. And they were, I think they were like $200 a piece. So Heidi's charge altogether was $400, and Picard was $600. So disorderly conduct was, I believe, Picard following me around that day. When I asked him to stay away from me, every time I moved, he was behind me watching me what I was doing. I did not like that. I took out my pepper spray. John. I took out my pepper spray to defend myself. In Massachusetts, you can, if you're carrying a gun, you cannot take out the gun and threaten somebody with it. In Massachusetts, if you take out the gun, you have to use it. You have to use it. Oh, good God, on Picard, good. I hope they stick. I really do. These people have, in my opinion, gotten away with way too much and way too long. And I'm telling you, when they got charged that day, they were deflated, and I think that they were shocked because they never get charged because they're in Swampscott, because Swampscott does not charge them with anything. That's the problem. That's the problem. But I tell you, they sure know how to charge our group, which they have done multiple times, which they have arrested people in our group. One person got arrested, and that was Shimmy, Ernst John Jake, who assaulted an 80-year-old Swampscott resident. That they ultimately, Swampscott, that is, dropped the charges. Why? Why did they drop the charges? Why did they drop the charges on somebody who assaulted an 80-year-old woman? There were witnesses there. I was one of them. There's a video that clearly indicates that he hit her. An ambulance was called. She went down. Why was he not charged? Why was he not charged? He should have been charged. He, I believe, I don't know if this is accurate believe it or not, I hope it is not, that he has a gun permit. How the heck can this guy go around carrying a concealed weapon? How is that even possible? How is that even possible? I don't get this at all. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. This is political. This is all politics. Politics. This has nothing to do with justice. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. The Board of Selectmen in Swampscott are a left-leaning panel. They are a left-leaning panel. They are taking the town over to the left. They are pushing socialism, communism in that town. They have people that are in the different districts in Swampscott that seem to me to be all left. Not middle Democrats, leftist Democrats. Not middle Democrats, not the ones that we can talk to, meaning people that are lean more to the right, are more conservative, law-abiding, God-driven people. This panel that we have right now in Swampscott, that is not the case. They are turning this town upside down. The town administrator, Sean Fitzgerald, was appointed. He was not even voted in. He was appointed, which is a leftist political point of view. This is how they run the town. The town is changing. The town of Swampscott is changing. I don't know. You guys probably don't know this, but there is a company that's on the Swampscott-Salem line there called Aggregate. They have been there for a while. Okay. They have now sued the town of Swampscott and the Board of Selectmen. They have a lawsuit against the town, and I'm telling you, there are going to be more to come with this panel that we have in Swampscott. They are arrogant. They are overreaching their power. They are abusing their power. And this panel needs to go. This panel that we have, this committee or select board that we have in town has to go. Sean Fitzgerald needs to go. He was not voted in. Tammy Faye Meade, who comes from Roxbury, was not voted in. These people are appointed to push a radical agenda. They have been taught CRT as well. People that are involved in the town took a, not a course, but how can I say, they had a presentation regarding CRT. Yeah, something's not right here. Something's not right. This is what they did. I'm going to talk about me. What they did to me was a setup. It was a setup. They have been trying to get me since June. Lise Lafleur Pass, Lise, has been trying to get me since June. She thought she had me. There are two videos out there that day that I got charged. I did not even know I got charged that day. It was all done behind my back. They, Swampscott Police, and the two detectives that are on that force have yet, I'm talking about the two detectives, have yet to call me about my death threat. Hi, Don. They have yet to call me about my death threat, which I got in the mail November 5th. It's over a month now. And they have yet to say anything to me about that. Ask me any questions, who I might think it is, what is going on. Nothing. Nothing. But I tell you, and I said it last week, they sure know how to charge someone that they do not like in a political sense. They're not looking. That's why they don't call. They've got nothing. They are looking to charge us. That's what they're doing. Okay? They know who it is. They know who it is. They're not looking into it because they don't want to get those idiots that are down at the monument every Thursday in trouble. That's the problem. That's the problem. This is not about justice. What is this police force doing in Swampscott if they are protecting people that don't even live here, that don't even pay taxes, rather, in Swampscott? Why are they protecting them? Somebody from Gloucester, somebody from Boston, somebody from Beverly, somebody from Connecticut, another state. What is this? What is this? Why do we have a police force? Why do we even have one? If they are going to create a safe haven for people that do not even live in Swampscott. I don't understand. Okay, that's me. That's me. All right. They, Fitzgerald, John Cable, Joe Cable of the Swampscott Police, and some of the others are politically on the left, and they agreed with Heidi and company. That's why they let them go. And that's why they give us a hard time. That's why they give us a hard time. I don't know, do the people in Swampscott like what's going on? Do they like that the police force would rather protect people that come from out of town, that create a safe haven for these people that they can hang around in the monument down there and know that nothing's going to happen to them? Do they like that? Do they like that? Do they like that charges were dropped against a 30-year-old Haverhill man from Haverhill who hit and assaulted an 80-year-old woman from Swampscott? This is a joke. This is a total joke. It's going to get out. It's going to get out. And I said when I started this video that this is a friends-only video, but it does get out there. And you know something? I'm glad. I'm glad. I hope it does get out there. I hope more people do listen to this. I do. Because they need to be exposed. Swampscott Police, the town of Swampscott, and the select board there need to be exposed. So Aggregate, the company that is on the Swampscott-Salem line, I think they're based in Swampscott. But that's where they are. That's where they operate. Okay, they actually do something with the land. Like I know they blast, and I was reading about this lawsuit in and apparently it seems like the select board of Swampscott in the middle of negotiations. Um, Peter Spelios in particular is who they named in the article. He is the person that wanted the charges dropped against Shimmy. He is mentioned in this article quite a few times. He is the one that is bringing up issues with the permit that they, I believe, need to renew. They were in the process of negotiating this permit where Peter Spelios had something to say about it. So, in turn, what happened was Aggregate sued the select board of Swampscott and claiming that they are infringing on their constitutional rights. One being, or a couple I know, is the Fourth and Fifth Amendment. I'm not sure which the other one was. There are three. There are three that they are charging the select board of Swampscott with their constitutional rights. And there was something else. There are other things in there too. So basically, most of the lawsuit is infringing on their rights. They believe, Aggregate believes, that the select board of Swampscott are overreaching their power, and I can see that. I believe that this town, Swampscott, is going to have more lawsuits with this board because they, to me, my opinion, are arrogant. They are definitely arrogant. I don't even think there's a question about that. And if anybody does not see that, then they're blind. People are blinded. If they agree with the select board who lean over to the left, they don't see it because they agree with them. They agree with them. And I can tell you that on Monday they had their town meeting, and it was about the finance, and so they passed the budget on Monday. And there were a couple of people, including myself. I was not part of the Zoom meeting. There were quite a few of them because they had to vote. I commented on a few things. One being that the flags that are on the flagpole at the town hall in Swampscott, there are three flags there: the American flag, the gay flag, and the Juneteenth flag. I was looking up the laws for the American flag and how it's supposed to be displayed if you have it on a pole. So how you display, this is how you're supposed to display the American flag. If you have, this is even for anybody that is has their own flag. If you have a flag on your own property, this is for everybody. If you have an American flag and you decide to put other flags around it, below it, whatever, the American flag has to stand out. So the American flag that I'm talking about, in particularly in Swampscott, because there are two underneath, the American flag has to be bigger. If you are going to have an American flag and other flags with it, the American flag has to be bigger. I said that at the town meeting. I wrote it as a comment. That is the law. That is the law. I took a photo of a, oh gosh, there's like a veterans group, like a, I forget what they're called. But anyway, I took a photo, and I am going to post it on Facebook, where they have other flag poles around the American flag. And they are supposed to be displayed in a certain way. around the American flag. The American flag is the biggest flag around. It's kind of like in the middle. So the American flag kind of has to be in the middle. So it's in the middle, and around this American flag, which is the biggest flag, are the other flags that are smaller. And they are, military flags. So I am going to post that. That's what it's supposed to look like. That's how you are supposed to display the American flag on public land or privately. That's how it's supposed to. There are laws regarding how to display the American flag. If it stands alone, there's no issue. If you have just the American flag on a pole, attached to your house on a flagpole, whatever, that's not a problem. The issue becomes when there are other flags around it or behind it, below it. So it needs to be bigger, and it's supposed to be the center. That is not the case at the Swampscott Town Hall, where they have that flagpole, where the American flag is displayed. It has to be bigger. Yes, it has to be bigger. There are laws regarding how to display the flag. I've read it. I saw it. I am going to read it again. I will at some point find it, and I will post it regarding how you're supposed to display the American flag. Now, and I got a little bit on that Swampscott. I do think that there are issues with that select board in Swampscott and the police and Heidi and Company, who are allowed to go to the monument every Thursday, 10 to 12. Her group and people that she's associated with, they also continue to troll and harass people online. And like I told you before, if any of these things are happening to you, they need to be reported. They need to be reported. That's what you should be doing. If anybody is getting trolled by these people, if you're being harassed online, if it's on Facebook, if it's on Instagram, if it's wherever it is that you're being harassed or trolled, or they say inappropriate comments, they should be reported. This needs to happen. The more it's reported, the more that they will continue to look at these people. Do not let them get away with what they are doing. Don't do it. Don't do it. We need to speak up. They are creating the problems here. We are not the ones creating the problems. They are trying to shut us down. They're trying to take away our freedom of speech. They do not like this country. They do not like the Constitution. They do not like the American flag. They think it's racist. I just don't understand the people of Swampscott, how they can be so quiet regarding this matter. What is wrong with the people in Swampscott? Why do they allow this to continue? Why is this being allowed in the town? Why is a 30-year-old Haverhill man getting away with assaulting an 80-year-old Swampscott resident? Why is that? Why is that? Why aren't the people of Swampscott speaking up? I brought it to the Board of Selectmen's attention. They do not answer any of the questions that is brought forth by the people that live in Swampscott. Why aren't they being addressed? They work for us. We pay the taxes in town. We pay the taxes in town. They should be listening to us. They do not have authority over us. That is not the way it works. It's not the way it works. And Sean Fitzgerald should not have his position. He was not voted in. Tammy Faye Benede was not voted in. What is going on? What is going on? And I was just going to say, because John, he says, yes, if anybody is interested in listening to the Swampscott Town meeting, they do have a Facebook page where they announce when the next meeting is going to be. I don't know when the next meeting is going to be. I know it was on Monday. I'm assuming because Christmas is coming up next week that they're probably going to take the week off. They might take even January. Who knows when they're going to meet again? It could be sometime in January. Look, you guys, you need to go and find the Facebook page and find out when this is going on. I cannot announce everybody's posts and when they're going to be, when it's going to be on. You people also need to take responsibility as to what is happening. If you want to know, go follow the page, find out when they are going to have the next town meeting so that you can comment. Follow them. Follow them. If you want to know, follow them and get their notifications. I cannot be responsible for all these groups and when they're going to be notified. I just can't do that. I can't. Okay? I have enough to contend with. I can't be worried about that. So please go and follow that page. So follow them, get notifications, and find out when they're going to have their next meeting. I have to do the same thing. I don't know when the next meeting is. But on Monday, I was told that Mary Beth wanted to speak. She did not end up speaking. She ended up, I guess, making some written statement. I do not know what she said. I don't know if it's really that important. I know that she is going to be having another hearing regarding the charges that were made against her by the police or by the two people that brought on the complaint. So, I believe that's going to be either next week or the week after, where her hearing is when her hearing is going to take place. There is another hearing that's going to take place. I think that's next week also, regarding the same kind of issue, which is the Swampscott police making charges last year against this fellow who is actually from New Hampshire, and he's been fighting it for like over a year now. So that's also coming up. anybody wants to know when those hearings are going to be at the Lynn District Court, they probably, I believe they have a listing. I don't even know how this works. If I haven't done that, so I don't know what the procedure is of finding out if anybody is having a hearing and if you can go to it. So I'm assuming that there is. If you are interested in wanting to know when somebody's hearing is coming up, I guess it's from Lynn District Court. So the Swampscott police have made charges, plenty of charges against our group. But I have yet to hear one charge on the other group. The only one that I know of is Ernst John Jake Shibby, who assaulted the 80-year-old woman that lives in Swampscott. That is the only charge that I know of that the Swampscott police have brought on against that group. But we have multiple ones. It's disproportionate. And somebody brought up a good point last week that the Swampscott police should be investigated. I agree. I totally agree with that. They should be investigated. I really think that they are also abusing their power. I believe that they are politically driven, that they are charging people that they do not agree with politically. I really do believe that. And I want it exposed. It needs to be exposed. Those charges that were dropped against Ernst John Shake should never have happened. Should never have happened. There was evidence of him assaulting an 80-year-old woman. Those charges should never have been dropped. Never happened. Never. I don't care what color skin you've got. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're half black, half white. I don't care. You assault somebody, in particular somebody who's around 80 years old, you should be charged and convicted. You should not get away with that. Absolutely not. The Swampscott police are doing a disservice to the residents of that town. And so is the select board. They're the same. Somebody called in on Monday wanting to, in Swampscott, this is how, I don't know how it works in other towns. In Swampscott, concerning the trash removal, we have special barrels for the company that picks up the trash. And you can only use these barrels. So the town gave us these barrels that we need to take out the trash with. One. Everybody's got one. All right? So if you have more trash that you need to dispose of, you have to get special bags now. You have to have special bags. They have to be a particular color. You have to buy them. They tell you where to buy them. And that is the only way they will pick it up. It's the only way they will pick it up. So this woman brought up an issue on Monday at the meeting, town meeting, that a lot of people, because of the fake president's Build Back that the prices of gas, food, everything is going up. It's hyperinflated right now. I call it hyperinflation. They call it inflation. I think it's hyperinflation. It is nuts. We haven't seen prices like this in 40 years. Because of that, this woman that called in at the town meeting wanted to know if the board would bypass the extra baggage that they're going to have to buy, the bags, to bypass that fee for the holidays because people are struggling. This is a Swampscott. Oh, you have orange? I think ours are blue, I believe. I'm not sure because I am not going to buy extra trash bags of a particular color so that the trash guys will pick it up. I am not doing that. No way. Trash is trash. What difference does it make what color the bag is? This is baloney. This is baloney. It's baloney. This is ridiculous. What is going on is ridiculous. You have to pay for everything. What are the taxes for? Why are we paying taxes? Insanity. So this woman, she called in regarding that policy that we have in Swampscott, that you have to buy extra bags in order to put them out the right color so that they pick it up. And you have to buy them. Well, I use plain trash bags too that go in to that barrel that we are assigned to have. You can use any trash bag you want. You can fit probably, I would say, 2 tall kitchen bags in that barrel. And then you can fit little ones, okay? But I'm talking about the extra trash. If you have more trash and it does not fit into that barrel, you have to go out and buy a particular color and kind. I don't know if it's kind, maybe. I know it's a particular color that you have to use in order for the trash company to pick it up, or else they won't pick it up. This is what's going on. And it's also the leaves, right? The leaves. You have to use specific bags for the leaves. Now, you have to buy those too. This never existed before. $10. Oh my God, that is ridiculous. It's dumb. This is what it is in a liberal state. When you live in a state like Massachusetts that promotes this crap, it's money that's coming out of your pocket on top of the taxes that you pay. It's dumb. It's stupid. It's totally stupid. This never existed. This did not exist. This is just recently. This is just recent. Are they ever going to go back to what it was before all this crap was implemented? Is that ever going to happen? Because they're making more money now, aren't they? Aren't they? You have to buy specific trash bags for your trash in order for a company to pick it up? What the hell is this? What is this? It's crazy. It's crazy. It's not right. It's not right. So I was told by somebody that they urged me to, let's see if I can put it correctly. They urged me to um, be a part of not the select board per se, but to so I'm sure it works the same way in every city and town, but in Swampscott there are different districts. I don't know how many districts there are, or precincts rather, or something like that. So what they do for each area district of the town, they have a representative. I do not know what our area is, district. I don't know if it's one. I don't know. So anyway, each district has a number, and there's one representative for each district. And you get to vote when the school committee has, their meetings. So like on Monday, they had their finance meeting to pass the budget, to create for the budget. So people in each district in Swampscott were able to vote, and those vote counts. So you represent your district. So somebody advised me to be the spokesperson or the rep for my district. So in Swampscott, what happens is you every year, they can change the rep. So I do not know if this year or next year, I think it's next year when they do it, that our district is up for change. So if it is, somebody urged me to run for it, and you need 10 signatures to be the rep of your district. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I'm not sure. I know that if I do decide to do it, that I am going to be up against a liberal wall. A liberal wall. A liberal town that has their teeth into the politics of that town. There are people that agree with me. I'm sure that there are plenty of people that agree with me. I would like to know who they are. If I do decide to run and get the 10 signatures, I will probably know the people that agree with me. I think that's important. We need to have in that town a representative or people that represent the other side. This town cannot be controlled by the liberals. It's not right. There should be more people on that board and the representatives of that town. There need to be more people on the other side. It's not enough. It's not balanced. It's warped. And when it's warped, look what happens. Look what happens. If they can try to set me up, which is what they did, I have no record. I have done nothing. I am a law-abiding citizen. If they can do it to me, they can do it to anyone. Anyone. Anybody at any time. So when the power is warped, this is what happens. So you guys, let me know what you think about being a rep for my district in Swampscott. I would like for people to follow the Town of Swampscott, that page and the town meetings is specifically that, the town meetings, so that get notified when they go live, and you can participate, you can comment if you are wondering about anything that's going on in town. If you don't think something is right about what's happening, I believe that you should be able, you should comment. You should comment. They need to hear our voice. They need to hear our voice. More people need to speak up, because if you don't, this is what happens. And it will happen to somebody else. So let me know what you think about me running for a rep. If it is the district's turn next year, I do not know. Or whenever, I don't, who knows. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I'm not going to push it. The town meetings, get notified when they go live and participate and make comments. Don't be afraid to make comments and speak up. Number 3, the flags. Go look up the laws regarding displaying the flag and flying it. Swampscott is not doing it correctly. The American flag needs to be bigger. It should not be the same size as the other two. It has to be bigger. I know there was a lot going on. That's locally. I didn't really know what I was going to talk about, but I did want to mention that. There's, the mandates are still going on, and at least the federal level courts have stopped the jab for people getting the shots at certain industries. So that's federally. State level is different. Baker will not issue a mask mandate for the state. He won't do it. But towns and cities are issuing it. Like Salem has issued a mask mandate for municipal or federal buildings or whatever government stuff. Lynn has now said that you have to wear a mask going inside. Okay? So I won't do business with towns that do that. I won't do it. Swampscott doesn't have it. Swampscott does not have a mask mandate. That they haven't allowed it. They are waiting for Baker to actually issue a statewide mask indoor mandate. That's what the select board of Swampscott said. He's not going to do it. Baker isn't going to do it. So far, he hasn't done it. So far, he's kept his word that he is not issuing a statewide mask mandate indoors. So far. That's about the only thing that he has kept his word on so far, okay? This state also received billions of dollars from the federal government, because this is how it works. This is in every state. This is in every state. Baker has got money, billions of dollars from the feds, from the Biden administration, the fake president, on distributing COVID-19 tests at home. Billions. This guy, I do not know how the money that this state receives, how it gets distributed, who distributes it, who is actually monitoring the money and where it goes. Who is doing that? Who is making sure that Baker is not pocketing it and giving it to his cohorts in the government. This is why they want the money. There is no accountability. How do we know that Faker Baker is going to use that money for what it was supposed to be used for? How do we know that? Who is monitoring this? Who is monitoring these billions of dollars that we get in this state from the Biden administration? So that these policies that Biden wants to put into the states get done. This is like a bribe. This is like bribing to me. I will give you money, federal money. However, if I give you these billions of dollars, this is what you have to do with it. This is how this crap is created. CRT. The gay flag. The Juneteenth flag. Politically motivated charges and watch people like the police. Don't think for a minute that the police and the town of Swampscott, the select board, will get a handle on this. Don't even think they definitely, if they get a chance and they know that I'm here doing this, they will definitely be listening to this and watching it. Even if it's later on. Even when I post it, they're going to watch it. They will. If they find out, they most definitely will. Most definitely. No doubt. Because they're not this video. I'm in the car. I'm in my car, and they're not going to be able to splice it and dice it and use it against me to try to get me in trouble, because that's what they do. Because that's what they do. DeVito is a treasurer. I don't know, like I said, how it works. Does the money go to the Treasury first? Does it go to Baker first? Does it go to Baker first and then it goes to the Treasury? Does Baker get the money first and then he figures out how it's distributed? Is that how it works? He signed it. He's got it. He's got the money. Baker's got the money for these COVID-19 testing. This COVID-19 has been going on for 2 years now. 2 years this has been happening. On some of you, I sent a link to Joe Rogan's interview with Dr. I think it's McCulloch. You should listen to it. Go to Joe Rogan's. I think he's got a YouTube. He's got Rumble. He's got podcasts. He's all over the place. This particular interview, it's a 3-hour interview. The one I heard was a 2-hour one. And he talks about a lot of things. The jab, the side effects, what the kids are, particularly boys, what their reactions are. You should go listen to it. Yeah, the mandate is not a law, correct? Correct. No, you're right. It's not a law. But people think it's a law. No. The House makes the laws. Okay? Congress makes the laws. All right? That's their function. In the state level, it's the state legislatures that make the law. So you have to think of it as two different power sources. The feds have their own, the federal government has their own way of making laws, the executive branch, the judicial branch, and the legislative branch, which is Congress. State level is the state legislatures make the law. So on the state level, because On the federal level, they cannot mandate masks for the whole country. That's not how this country works. That's not how it is. That's communism, socialism. When you have central power, this country doesn't work that way. The powers are given to the states to do what they need to do. So Washington, Congress cannot make a national law regarding a mandate for masks, for jabs. They try, but it's unconstitutional. Biden is trying to do that with the jab, and it's been stopped. He cannot do that. Can't do it. That's not what they're there for. They cannot. It's not a law. Like you said, it's not a law. But people are acting like it is, and they give him the power, Biden that is, to do this stuff. That's why they're power crazy, because people allow this to happen. So the states are the ones that have the power to do what they want. And on top of that, each city and town has the power to mandate a mask if they want. So I said that in Swampscott there is no mask mandate, but in the neighboring towns like Lynn and Salem there is. Lynn just enacted it. Salem is the municipal building, the government building. Baker has not put out a statewide mandate, indoor mandate. He says that he's going to leave it up to the businesses and the municipalities, the towns and cities, to decide whether they want that or not. He's not going to issue it. So it's very iffy. It's very iffy. Okay? And so the powers that we have in this country is not one power. It is not the feds. The feds do not have power over the states. The only way they can tell states what to do is if they give them money. So, like I said, with Baker getting the billions of dollars for this COVID-19 testing from the federal government, he has to use that money for a specific purpose. So that's how it works. That's how it works. So in the state level, it's the state legislatures that make the law. So the mandate is not a law. But people think it's a law. It's not a law. It's not a law. We should have the choice of whether we want to wear a mask or not, of whether we want to be jabbed or not, or anything else. We have that choice. We live in a constitutional republic, and we have that choice. I don't live in China, in communist China, or Russia that tell you what to do with your life. That's what they're trying to do here. Don't be fooled by this ridiculousness that they're trying to push here. In this state, in Massachusetts, this is commie land. This is commie land. It is. It is. Look at the states, how they're all different, how they're run so differently from each other. California is another commie state. Florida is a whole different story. Texas is different as well. The way they run the state, it's different. Every state is different. It is not centralized like in Europe. In Europe, all the countries are centralized. So whatever province you go into, say, like in Italy, for instance, everywhere you go, it's the same. It's the same because the federal government has centralized power. That is not the case in this country. That's not how it works here. They're trying to, though. That's what they're trying to do. They want to make the federal government the sole power source of this country. And take away the rights from the states and the individual. That's what's going on. They don't want the Constitution. They want to get rid of it. They want to have one government, and that's the federal government that tells everybody what to do. So all the states. That's what this is. This is what's going on here. This is the power struggle that is going on here. I don't want it. I want to keep it the way it is, the Constitution. That is the law of this land. It's not communism. It is not the federal government. The federal government does not tell you what to do in any of the states. It's not their job. They're the executive branch. They don't tell you anything. No, they enact the laws. Mandates are not laws. Mandates are not laws. So at the federal level, Biden is getting shut down because it's unconstitutional. It's unconstitutional. Follow the money. That's what I say. If you see your state changing into commie land, it's because they're getting money from the feds. That's what this is. CRT is money from the feds. If the school system in your town is getting federal money, that's what they're going to push. The Biden administration will not give money if you do not do as they tell you with the money, which is CRT, the gay flag, and everything else. So in Swampscott, that is what's happening. They are getting federal money. That's what it is. This is how it works. They're getting federal money, the states are getting federal money, and the feds are telling them what to do with the money. That's how it works. That's why you see CRT in the schools, because the schools are getting money from the federal government. That's how it works, guys. That's how it is. So, I'm going to wrap it up. It's almost been an hour. So I just wanted to make this video. I am going to continue to do these videos, even if it's going to be in stores. So I will keep doing it because I think it's important. I think it's important that we keep in touch. This group keeps in touch. Whoever wants to keep in touch should keep in touch. I will do the videos. I will express my point of view. Swampscott is not going to stop me. I have every right to be here to do a video in my car. This is not against the law. I am not doing anything wrong. I am on public land. I can videotape if I want. I can take photos if I want. It's not against the Constitution. The only time a policeman can approach me or anybody else is if they think you are committing a crime. And even then, they're not supposed to do anything if they have a probable cause. So if they believe that something funky is going on, like, let's say not funky, but say you're registered, say your plates are not registered, they have the right to tow it. Okay, in this state, you can tow that. The police have the right to do that. Oh, thank you, Don. They have the right to do that. They can tow the car immediately if you are not up to date with anything regarding your car. That's how it works in Massachusetts. That might be other places too. I don't know, but that's how it is here. So I say, know your constitutional rights. When a policeman approaches you, they have to do so in a manner where they think a crime is being committed. So, no crime is being committed here. And the police cannot come up to me because I am doing a video on public land. That's not how it works, okay? Like I said, we live in a constitutional republic. The First Amendment if you don't really know your rights, look at the Bill of Rights, look at the Constitution, look at the amendments, read it, know your rights. Because if you know, you won't be intimidated by the police or anybody else that will try to bring on charges that they're making up. They're making up. So, I will leave it at that. So I will continue to do these. I will keep in touch. Like I said, it's important that we have a voice. We have to have a voice. We need to speak up, especially in this state where, to me, it seems too much liberal big mouths around here, and there's not enough conservatives or patriots or whatever you want to call them. They need to speak up. They should not be silenced. Do not be silenced. They cannot do anything to you. You have the First Amendment right to free speech. They cannot squash it unless you let them. Unless you let them. Don't let them. Take your power back and speak up. Okay, guys, I'm going to go and I'm going to do my thing, and I will keep in touch on social media. I will continue doing these videos. You guys have a great day. Enjoy this weather over here in New England because it's not going to, I think this weekend is not going to be so nice. I think the snow is supposed to start coming a little bit maybe, unless it changes, which it does. You never know, but right now, yeah, it looks like snow this weekend. So everybody have a great day. Thank you, and enjoy. If it's nice out, get out. Like, you see those guys got shorts on. Oh, gosh. It's a little too far for me. Yesterday was nice. It was cloudy, but it was on the warm side. So this one's got the rollerblades going. Yeah. So you guys have a great day. Enjoy, and I will talk to you later. Bye.